With some crazy technology, this is without question the most versatile guitar ever made. It's built with exceptional craftsmanship, which raises the question, why did it ultimately fail? What we got here is the Relish Mary 1, and when this came out back in 2019, it was seen as one of the biggest forward leaps in guitar technology. And upon first glance, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? But let me tell you, the more we dig into this thing, the more impressive it gets. So when I heard the company had gone bankrupt last year, I was disappointed, but I'll be honest, I wasn't completely shocked. Let me play this a bit for you before we dive into all its wonder. People have a hard time believing that 15 to 30 minutes of practice 4 to 5 times a week is actually enough to completely transform your guitar playing. But the big thing is you gotta be spending that time wisely. You gotta be on a path so you don't just end up spinning your wheels. And this is why I made the Samurai Guitar Dojo, where every week we do a lesson, I teach you a thing, you go and work on it, you come back, rinse and repeat. And I'm absolutely thrilled by the response so far. The recurring theme is that this was the missing thing for a lot of people. We've been at this for a while now, the backlog is ever growing, and you gain access to everything when you sign up. What I teach is the stuff that took me from the intermediate to advanced level, and if you sign up using the link in the description, you're not only going to get in for half off, $7.50 a month, but you're also going to get my course, The Craft of Soloing, completely free as a welcome gift. It's a limited promo, the time's almost out on that, so get in while the getting's good. Anyways, let's get back to it. This is a boutique Swiss instrument made in the beautiful city of Lucerne, and I actually had a chance to visit their factory, and I can tell you that these were made with pride and love. It's got 24 frets, 2 humbuckers, for now, a bamboo neck, and one of the nicest fingerboards that I've ever put my hands on. And the first thing that ventures into the world of weird is this touchpad pickup selector here. So get this, instead of your traditional 3 or 5-way pickup selector, this has 35 options. You start off with 9 options to combine the 2 humbuckers. This setting here is 100% of the neck pickup. And then you move into 80% neck, 20% bridge. Then you have 75-25, 60-40, 50-50, 40-60, 25-75, and so on. I'm trying to think of this, you could probably even use this like a wah pedal. But then check out what we can do with an Apple-esque gesture. Take my 2 fingers, press like so. This blue button comes on, and that means that this pickup is now split into a single coil pickup, and you can combine the 2 just like we did before. We can do the same thing with the other pickup, or we can do it with both. And I feel like this switch alone gives me more options than 97% of guitars out there. But my friends, we are just getting started here. We also have a ghost piezo system built into the bridge. Piezo being a type of pickup used to capture the acoustic vibrations. So now with this switch, I can flick it so we get only the piezo sound. Or we can flick it into the middle position and then use these 2 knobs to combine the piezo with these 2 pickups. And I'll be honest, I don't particularly love any piezo sound, but being able to combine them like that actually does provide me with some options that I would use. And right there, we have an extraordinarily diverse instrument. We have a wealth of humbucker sounds that we can split into single coils and even bring in an element of acousticness. That is some next level versatility, and I'll do a demo where you can hear this in action shortly, but let's get into what really makes this guitar exceptional. The back of it looks like any old guitar, right? But check this out. You can pop it off, just like that, revealing the insides. It's held together by 7 rather strong magnets, so you don't really need to worry about it falling off and hitting the guy in the front row of your concert or anything like that. But what makes this completely next level is that the pickups are also held in by magnets and pop right out. Let me put this back together, and I'm going to show you the world's fastest pickup change. New pickups. That's wild. And I know wild. I once took my 4-year-old to Costco and didn't realize that the freebies that he was drinking were actually energy drinks, and he went nuts. This is just as nuts. The amount of sounds that you can quickly and easily access with this is unparalleled. You can even pop both pickups out and just use the piezo if you really want to freak people out. And at this point, I've talked quite a lot about this guitar. Let me do a demo and show off some of the sounds. about this guitar is well executed. My only complaint might be that it's a bit on the heavier side. But with that said, I'm in no way surprised that it didn't take off, and let me tell you why. It's rather expensive. When you could buy these new, these are 3,800 Swiss francs, which is a neutral, non-European Union currency equivalent to about 4,400 US dollars. So this is competing with the custom shop, boutique, upper echelon here. The craftsmanship, the features, that alone raises the prices, but it was also made in Switzerland, and everything in Switzerland is ridiculously expensive. I went for lunch in a gas station there once, $40. Unhinged price of living. But they did offer the stripped down Trinity line, which is more affordable at about 1,000 US dollars. But even then, that couldn't save the company. But I think the big thing is that the idea on paper seems cool, but I feel like it was drawn up by an inventor or engineer who played guitar, not by a guitar player. Because I think for a lot of musicians, we actually don't do super well with too many options. It's like if I show up with one guitar, a couple pedals, and one amp, I gotta embrace those limitations, make the best of it, and just get after it. In a creative setting, I wanna remove the fear of not finding the perfect tone. And if I'm overwhelmed by options, I'm always thinking, oh, maybe I should twist this, maybe I should hit this, and I spend more time thinking about that stuff than I do playing music. Because at the end of the day, how big of a difference are we really talking here? You heard me do a lot of different sounds, and to the average person, how many could they have actually picked apart? And even the big selling point, the pickup swapping, a set of pickups for this costs over 300 US dollars, and I feel like for most of us, we'd rather just spend a couple $100 more and buy another guitar. Couple all that in with the price, and the market for somebody who would make the most out of this is just so small. In this day and age, the demand for $4,000 plus instruments are typically not the working class musicians, but rather the wealthy hobbyists. And in my experience, those types tend to go for a more traditional thing. Now, it does appear that Relish has relaunched in some sort of capacity. Their website is back up with a bunch of different models, even though all their social medias are still down. It seems that a lot of this new line has a more traditional look, with a lot less of the crazy features, but I think they still have the pickup swapping system here. Still definitely not cheap, $2,500 for one of these, but that is a whole lot more affordable than $4,400. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe this iteration of Relish was a little too much, and what they got going on now makes sense for people. And you know, in a world where guitar innovation happens rather slow, you got to at least admire a company that went for it, took a leap, even if it ultimately didn't work out. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, revisiting the Relish Mary 1. Remember, if you're looking to get out of whatever musical rut that you're stuck in, I made the Samurai Guitar Dojo for people like you. And if you use the link in the description, you're not only gonna get in for $7.50 a month, that's half off, but you're also gonna get my course, The Craft of Soloing, completely free as a welcome gift. As well, we got some new merch over at shopsamuraiguitarist.com. Picking up t-shirt, hoodie, that kind of thing goes a long way in supporting the show. As always, thank you all for watching. Until next time, look after yourselves, look after each other, look after the planet. I'm Samurai Guitarist, and I'll see you again soon.